Thank you. I would now invite delegate from Netherlands, please.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Chagajeg Soloukey. I'm the youth delegate for the Netherlands. I stand before you as a Dutch citizen, as a member of Generation Z, as a future doctor, and as a woman, the latter of which unjustifiably makes me a person who is at high risk of becoming a victim of sexual exploitation, abuse, or harassment, or SEAH. This risk has only increased under current health emergencies, such as the COVID-19 pandemic and the invasion of Ukraine, which have added insult to injury, leaving women and girls like me with an impossibility of escaping from exploitation, abuse, or harassment. Eliminating all forms of violence against women and girls by 2030. That is the 5th UN Sustainable Development Goal set in 2015. I remind you that this goal includes the preventing the violence of mandatory motherhood. We should offer women the choice to obtain life-saving medical care, including the termination of unwanted pregnancy, whether as a result of SEAH or otherwise. Globally, there are 121 million unintended pregnancies each year. The majority of those unintended pregnancies end in induced abortions, almost half of which are unsafe for a woman's physical, mental, and social-cultural well-being, ending in approximately 39,000 deaths and millions more women hospitalized with complications. There are recent developments, or rather regressions, I should say, in laws politicizing and criminalizing the medical practice of abortions. Laws that imply we don't trust women with a choice, but we do trust them with a child. These laws are restricting access to abortions, but do not reduce the number of abortions that take place, driving women towards unsafe procedures instead. And so these laws are a direct attack on a person's right to bodily autonomy and a doctor's duty to prevent further harm. As a future healthcare professional, seeing these laws shaking what I was thought to be solid ethical pillars of medicine, and as a woman, seeing these laws setting us back in the movement for which our foremothers fought, I'm terrified. What I ask for, however, is not just considering a firm stance towards the legal availability of safe abortions in cases of unwanted pregnancy caused by SEAH or otherwise. On paper, the WHO's new guidelines on safe abortion care already provide for this. In practice, however, these recommendations are insufficient unless accompanied by structural changes aiming for the destigmatization of seeking sexual and reproductive healthcare services and by removing medically irrelevant barriers, such as criminalization, mandatory waiting times, approval by other parties, and time restrictions. I'm incredibly proud to see my fellow healthcare professionals at the forefront of such social cultural changes, examples of whom I met while organizing international roundtables on biases in healthcare. However, we need the support of the WHO, as well as the governments of the member states, to propel this cause forward. In January of this year, the Netherlands reconfirmed in a statement on behalf of the EU its commitment to zero tolerance for inaction regarding the prevention of and response to cases of SEAH within the WHO. Now, this time from the mouth of a person who will be personally and professionally affected by your actions or lack thereof, I urge you to not only promote the lawful availability of safe, timely, affordable, and respectful patient-centered abortions, but also to be brave enough to take this stance outwardly. Thank you, Chair.